He was born in a wheelchair, you know. So we stand up for the news. So here's a great example. Right here in Clearwater, Florida, at the local Dunkin' Donuts, about a year ago, a man took his two little girls in there to get some donuts. And he got in a big argument with the man behind the counter, you guys. Such a big argument that the man that worked there behind the counter followed that guy out into the parking lot, pulled out his gun, and shot that other guy right in both legs in front of his daughters. You hear about that? Damn. Yeah. I guess he won't be running on Dunkin'. He's going to be crawling on Dunkin' now. So, in Dallas at the airport, a mechanic was working on one of the jets, and it was instantly vacuumed inside the jet when they turned it on and killed right away. You guys hear about that?
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks to be him. Oh, this is a crazy thing. A truck full of severed heads, 7 of them actually, in a box, were being delivered to a laboratory in Denver. Yeah, and then it got stolen off of that truck. Isn't that crazy? I guess it's a felony. The prime suspect, as of now, is Bill Clinton, you guys. Haven't you got enough head yet, Bill? You're like Spike Seltzer's age. You guys hear about this guy in the UFC, the MMA fighter? In the UFC, he was in the middle of a fight, and his trunks ripped open and his testicles popped out. Did you hear about that? Yeah, UFC, more like UFC these nuts. MMA, I see your balls. This is kind of silly. In India, this man had his little infant baby. It's kind of dark, you know. But the news isn't always light. It's sometimes dark. He had his little newborn baby snatched up by monkeys and thrown off a 40-foot building, a 4-story building, to its death. Did you hear about that? Yeah, a monkey snatched this guy's baby and threw it to its death. I didn't even know those guys were still touring. You guys did. Yeah. That's why I say don't take babies to concerts, you know. It's so annoying. And I blame the father. He was probably texting. Because I have 5 kids at home, and not one has got snatched up by monkeys and thrown off a 4-story building to its death. Not one. Someone's sleeping on the couch. In Texas, in Dimmitt, Texas, there was an explosion at a cattle farm, you guys, killing 15,000 cows, burning them all to death, too. That's crazy, right? They say all they got there in Texas is steers and queers. I guess now all they got there is queers. Also in Texas, the same summer, a truck full of 48 illegal migrants, was abandoned at the border because they thought that they were going to be caught by ICE, and the truck took off, and they all died inside of there. They said it was 116 degrees inside of the truck when they all died of heat exposure. But the feels-like temperature was muy caliente. You're all horrible for laughing. So we're moving my radio show to a new station. It's called 109.6 BFAM, B-F-A-M. We got 7 million subscribers. I was on there with my buddy, the producer that's got my show coming on February 6th, 11 o'clock Thursday. So tune in. It's on the internet everywhere. So one of the questions that a caller called in and said is at work he had a problem. Crunch, you didn't hear, you might have had this problem, or you might have had this problem. He had a problem, none of you guys, but just maybe you or Crunch, because you're black dudes. He said all the women at his job were staring at his crotch. You get it? You get that problem? Well, what the hell are you? Close enough. Crunch, where are you? You got that problem? He's outside. Anyway, we determined it was bullshit, you know, first of all. But second of all, I had this problem at my job once, where this coworker of mine, while I was bartending, she was staring at my crucifix around my neck and my crotch at the same time. Isn't that crazy? That chick was cross-eyed and cockeyed. Well, that's my set, you guys. Give it up for our host.